We all know by now, whenever Brendan Schaub opens his mouth to spew his opinions, you're going to get the worst take possible with a side of cringe on top. Recently at the Golden Globes, there was a cameo from UFC fighters Brian Ortega and Mackenzie Dern walking on the stage. It was just so cringe because there was no reaction from the phony celebrities. I don't think any of them knew who the hell they were, but I'm glad they were wearing UFC jackets and gloves that literally said UFC on the knuckles. And I'm sure the celebrities were thinking to themselves, wow, they have $80 tracksuits on while I'm wearing a custom $30,000 outfit with $600,000 in jewelry. What is going on here? Anyhow, that's not the point. The point is Bappa just goes. So before we get into Brendan's take on this, let me show you that cringe moment on the Golden Globes.
Our next presenters are so hot right now, they get mobbed everywhere they go. So we had to bring in some extra security from the UFC.
And now here's Brendan's reaction.
You got to treat them like normal celebrities.
Yeah, and plus
so I've been in those circles. I've been in those rooms. The room stops when a UFC athlete walks in. They stop because they can't comprehend what you do for work. They're like, holy fuck. The alpha male or alpha female is in the room. Everybody bow the fuck down. That's how this goes.
I'm pretty sure when Bappa was at the Golden Globes at one time, everybody was thinking, who the hell is this douchebag? No, come on, people. Alpha's in the room, B. You better bow down. Brendan grew up with the rich daddy and got into the UFC off of a reality show where he beat up a bunch of jobber-level heavyweights and then got into show business because Joe Rogan helped him. So what hard work did he do? Not to mention, he talks about the NFL as if he belonged to them when he barely played football in college. You're not a great athlete, Brenda. Sorry, Bubba, let alone an alpha male. So wait, are you telling me that the room stops when this alpha thing walks in? Like if Mike Tyson walked into a room full of a bunch of Hollywood weirdos, they would be afraid of him, but they would absolutely know who Mike Tyson is. However, there's a lot of people who have no idea who UFC fighters are. And if they haven't fought in over a decade or so, or they never were a top guy in any facet, people, especially Hollywood celebs, would just think that there's some dumb big guy who wears teenager clothing. Like Brendan genuinely thinks he was a worldwide name in the UFC. And oh, trust me, it's a well-known fact that alphas always do podcasts out of storage units. Drywall and insulation are their kryptonite. We may call it storage units, but they call it alpha dens. Yeah, that's my time, Austin. Bappa's ego is out of control. It's really probably the only thing keeping him going at this point. And I never knew alphas made D-tier cringeworthy TikTok comedy skits with their wife for basically little to no clout. Isn't that interesting? I guess alpha now means you get CTE and make no money. Anyhow, Brendan Schaub's takes don't get any better. His behavior is bizarre, and that's why we've been studying him for so long. Here's Bappa talking to his 9-year-old son, saying that he's gonna miss him when he dies. What?
Human beings have amnesia for what actually matters.
But that's where you get comfortable. You know, sometimes you step away from it.
That's right. That's right.
Even Tiger, I mean, we got into it this morning because, you know, he's on this health kick and he's working out. Dude, I'm up at 4, right? And I know he gets up at 6. So at 5:45, I make him his breakfast, his protein shake. I have this protein powder that I get from First Form for kids. I put creatine in there. I put these greens in there. Put a banana, some almond butter, almond milk. I make him a shake. And this morning he comes down, I go, bud, I get a shake. He goes, ugh, rolls his eyes. Went,
right, I'm done with that shake.
I went, huh. And then Joanna goes, wait, hold on. Because remember, she doesn't come from anything. She goes, wait, hold on. Did you just roll your eyes at your dad? She goes,
I love her
so
much.
Do you realize your dad knew you were going to get up at 6 and knows you have football practice late, so your dad made you that healthy shake? She goes, I want you to ask your dad how many times his dad woke up that early and made him a shake. And you went, ugh, and rolled your eyes at your dad. And to me, I was just like, oh, he's just, I don't, that's my guy. So I was like, I don't. And then Joanne's like, no, hold on, motherfucker. Do you realize how grateful you are?
Bubba?
You know how fortunate you are? But then Joanne was like, you got to put your foot down. We don't want him being that ungrateful kid. So I'm like, yeah. So I'm driving to school and I go, I take it over the top. I go, buddy, when I'm gone, you're going to be so sad. He's like, he's 9. He's like, what? I'm like, when I pass away, you're like, oh my God, my dad took me to baseball whenever I wanted. He played catch with me. He made me protein shakes. He took me to the gym.
Great. Thanks for saddling him with that.
And I went, yeah, wait, when I'm gone, dude. And it could be any day. I'm a big dude.
You sick fuck.
It could be any day. He starts crying. I'm like, have a good day. Have a good day.
You're a sick,
Hey, why don't you sit on that for a while?
you're a sick fuck.
And then as he's leaving, I go, hey, make sure you ask your friends at school how many of them dads made them protein shakes. Go ahead and ask them. Ask them how many dads are pitching them BP every day. Hey, have a good day. Yeah, crying. Then Bossy sticks up for him. Leave him alone, Dad, because they're brothers.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Psycho.
Have a good day. Pick you up at 3 or not.
I picked my son up from school.
Or not. I might die. Have a good day. We'll see if you're ungrateful for the shake tomorrow.
That's kind of sick.
Hopefully I can make you one tomorrow. I have high blood pressure.
I'm alive.
I have high blood pressure. It could just anytime. Aneurysm. Anytime.
Don't say that stuff.
But you want to be mean to your dad. Okay. Hey, I'll pick you guys up at 3 or not.
Wow, Bubba, it's really awesome to give your 9-year-old son protein shakes. This is Bert Kreischer levels of narcissism. It's like Bappa wants his kids to be like that little Hercules bodybuilder kid. It's kind of disgusting how much of a terrible father Brendan is, while simultaneously thinking he's amazing. What a beast of a dad. I'm to the point where Bappa is so insufferably narcissistic and downright annoying that I really can't stand looking at him or hearing his voice. His children won't look at him like some superhero. In fact, they'll look back and realize that their dad is trying to live vicariously through them, and they're going to resent him for it. You're such a tool. And really, I don't hate Brendan Schaub the way other people do. I actually feel kind of sorry for him, if anything. But I would like to see him own up to some problems and make some positive changes in his life. Regardless, though, I can't stand listening to him. Brendan, you're going to create another Rajah Jackson. The kids will either break mentally or turn into sociopaths with how he's raising them, because Brendan's narcissism can't allow his child to gain independence nor confidence. And why is this? Because Bappa interrupts any attempt of his son trying to be his own self instead of like a Bappa 2.0. As spoiled and ungrateful. Oh yeah, it's a major problem. And I'm sure we are all holding out hope that his kids rebel by being smart and empathetic. Actually, a lot of people become great because they wanted to avoid falling in their shitty parents' footsteps. So hopefully that's the case. Now, just sit back for a moment and just imagine having Brendan Schaub as your father. While you're thinking about that, listen to this.
Dropped that ball. It was thrown right to him. And I was like, that guy sucks.
I hate when people say that.
Starting receiver in the NFL.
Oh, my kids will say that.
We all say it.
I've never said that.
Yeah.
Even when I was a kid, but my kids will say it. He sucks. And I'll go,
I will do this. There are some guys.
I give him a reality check. I go, he sucks. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
So you're the shit on your team right now. Well, they say that guy for his entire life has been the best player on the field
By far.
since he was 4.
Yeah.
So you haven't got to high school yet. So in high school, he was top 10 in all the nation. And then went to college, he was top 10 in all the nation. And then he got drafted to the NFL.
And starts.
And plays. So when you say he sucks, it makes me mad.
Right about now, I could smash cut to 67 different occasions of Brendan saying an athlete sucks, but I'm not going to do it, so calm down. Schaub's kids are going to grow up to hate him, and he's just going to wind up calling them haters and Cheeto fingers. And has this donkey ever talked about reading a book to his children? Oh wait, that's right, they're not a reading family in any of facets B. Can't talk, can't read in any facet. The family's combined reading age is negative. We're an audiobook family, my man. Audio is king. Nah, we're just joking. We know that Bappa used to sell paperback novels from his mom's closet when he was a kid, even though he says reading is for soy boys. All right, so let me get this straight. So the takeaway here is that only Brendan Schaub gets to shit on people because he had a cup of coffee with the Bills and had 1 year bench warmer partial scholarship with Colorado. Is this correct? I'm telling you, sometimes the intricacies of this moron flies right over my head. Brendan doesn't live for his children. He thinks his children live for him because he's a truly selfish man. The dude is completely empty on the inside. And as sports figures or athletes, when you get paid that much money, people rightfully place high expectations on you. LeBron James. The pressure to perform is part of what makes the game captivating. And nobody's tuning into the Super Bowl telling everybody at their party that, hey guys, both teams win as long as they're having fun. Are you having fun, Bubba? And is it just me, or does Bappa bounce back and forth between imitating Joe Rogan and Chris D'Elia? Two killers, by the way, total comic assassins. So thank him. And I really don't know how Bryan Callen just sits there, takes it up the ass, and never calls out this redact. I'm really starting to believe this is satire, kind of like the land mooning. And I gotta tell you, it is pretty impressive that Schaub had the wisdom as a child and never once has said any athlete on TV sucks. That dude got the best brains. Anyhow, do me a huge favor, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you could, share this out on your socials. I truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next video.